Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all doing good. I thought I would come on and talk a little about planning a week. Now, I lead a really busy life, as do many of you, and some things worked for me last year and some things didn't. I need to try and achieve more of my goals in 2025, so I thought I would try and formulate some kind of a timetable, almost as if I were still at school, and I left school getting on for 45 years ago. So I'm kind of giving my age away, even though I don't look it. Anyway, I thought I would share a few ideas with you. Now, there are a number of goals that we need to achieve this year as a household, and both Dan and I also have individual goals. Last year, in some ways, was difficult. We had a number of deaths and illnesses in the family. We also needed to travel, partly as a result, but partly as well for leisure. Most of my family are up north and I don't get to see them very often. And Thanet is a long way from Scotland or the Lake District or anywhere else for that matter. It's even several hours from Derby. And we had quite a bit of work done on the house as well. And that made it difficult for me, for example, to have the creative headspace to either paint or write my music. We have projects around the house that we need to do this year, but it's different because this time we're doing most of the work ourselves to try and save money as well, because last year was also fairly costly. We had a reliable workman. But Danny's pretty good at DIY. I'm not hopeless, I'm good at painting and decorating. So between the two of us, we thought we will try and crack on with what we can, and then if we need any help, then so be it further down the line. We've also got our garden project, of course, which is exciting, so many exciting things. But I spent a lot of time last year prepping. Now, I am a prepper by nature. That's what I am. That's the way I was brought up. It's been a way of life. We didn't have much money when I was growing up, so it's something that I've always done and continued throughout my adult life. And now more than ever as well, with the impending farmers' blockades and all the other things that are going on in the UK and the cost of living crisis, as things begin to bite even more, I recognised the need to have some kind of plan to get more out of my days. I don't really want to be prepping as much as I did last year in the kitchen. I think I would like to focus more on maybe having a day's prepping a week. I am not sure yet how it's going to pan out, but I will give you a couple of ideas because this is still very much in the planning. Remember, you don't have to launch into your new plan. It does you good service if you actually try a few experiments and a few ideas to see how they work in order to formulate an effective weekly schedule that is going to work for you. And remember, no 2 weeks can be the same. For example, today I'm going to see my homeopath, when maybe 3 Thursdays out of 4 I might, for example, go out for a walk or write some music perhaps, or potter about in the garden, or play the piano, or even step into the kitchen. This week has been quite a tricky one because I've been filming a daily vlog for my Cat Evans Cuisine channel, which is about surviving on very little money for a week. So look out for that. So let's get started. Monday afternoons, I always have my piano lesson. I'm usually out of the house between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. So using Monday as an example, which was the 6th of January 2025. (3 p.m. to 4 p.m. piano lesson. Now, first thing in the morning, I often need to feed the cats. So we'll say 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. feed cats. Merlin insulin. Clean and tidy. So there we have it. Those are two things that I do most mornings, and that's what I did on Monday afternoon. Then 9 to 9:30 a.m. breakfast. So I have my breakfast and then tidy away the dishes, and then I will say 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. piano practice. This is what I'm trying to do. I may have a practice later on this morning because I've been doing some vlogging, but I stuck to that on Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday. I won't worry about Tuesday for now. I don't know how that's going to pan out at the moment. So I'll do Wednesday the 8th of January. Now, before the worldwide incident a few years ago, I used to go out and about on a train once a week. I find getting out and about every day is really good for my mental health, and I really miss going out on a train journey once a week. And that's something I'm hoping to reinstigate within the next few weeks. Once I know what's going to work and what's not, what I might need to tweak, move around, or even change. So on Wednesday, 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. I'm remembering it happens earlier on a Wednesday. Feed cats, etc. And then at 8:45, our cleaner comes. And we usually have a coffee and a quick chat, and then she gets down to business. So I'm having 9 a.m. to 9:30. I'm having breakfast. So then 9:45 a.m. to 11 a.m. crafting. Now, it may be that I eat breakfast earlier and start crafting earlier, depending on how much I need to do. But I'll give myself an hour and a quarter for crafting. So yesterday I made a lovely beeswax dinner candle and a little owl beeswax candle, unfragranced. Then at about 11 o'clock to 11:15, Val and I have a coffee break and a chat together, and then she finishes the rest of the cleaning. So from 11:15 to 12:15 p.m, because sometimes around there she will leave and then I carry on with my piano practice. Now as well, because I've been doing this long vlogging project this week, I've spent a lot more time in the kitchen, and it's also been a struggle to get my daily admin done. I usually do some admin every day as well. I do Dan's paperwork and my own stuff as well. And I'm quite eager to go back to writing up some family history and other bits and bobs. I'm not sure yet how those other bits and bobs are going to work out yet, so I'll leave that for now, and if I can grab some time in between to do any of it, I will do. Now on a Monday, if I practice the piano in the morning, I then tend to go upstairs from 11 till 12:30 and do admin. And then I break for lunch. I feed myself and the cats. So from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m, cats' lunches, my lunch, break, and I clean the pots up and stuff in between. And then from 1:30 p.m. to usually 2:30 p.m, I do more admin. And then when I get back from my piano lesson, I usually cram in another hours of admin. Then from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m, it's feed cats and kitchen prep. And I doubt that's ever going to change, because that's an opportunity I have to get whatever I need to fix dinner, and also get Dan's packed lunch ready for the following day. Now, although I do admin from 4 to 5 p.m. quite often, I'm thinking that might be a good opportunity to do a bit of batch cooking as part of my kitchen prep, and leave a bit more time another day. So where it says here 4 p.m. to 5 p.m, I'm thinking I might just be able to get in the kitchen and do some prep for the week, which then might free up a bit more time. And I have been known to work through then into the evening, so at 8 p.m. sometimes I might go back upstairs and do a couple of hours of admin and video editing as well. Sometimes I do video editing earlier in the day. It depends how much I need to do. Now, yesterday I was in the kitchen fixing lunch and sorting the cats out and doing some vlogging, and at about 1:30 p.m. I went out. I went train spotting. Now, Dan was home earlier, so I needed to be home earlier, but normally I could use that as an opportunity to be out. And I do that sometimes. Sometimes I go down to the Petticoat Lane Emporium, and then when I get back, I do admin and editing. And then we have a similar scenario to the rest of the week, where I'm in the kitchen from about 5 p.m. till 6:30, prepping and feeding the cats. So that's the start really. And it looks very scruffy, but in another video we'll look at some more days, and then I will start to draw up some kind of a timetable, and we can look at that then too and see how we get on. Anyway, I'd be interested to know, have you started planning your week? Do you already have a plan and use it? What works for you? What doesn't? I'd be interested to know. So please pop down your thoughts and comments below, and I'll see you again soon for the next one. Bye for now.